cold start. Oil pressure's at 70 psi. Oil temp's at 39 degrees. Charge is great. That's weird. Yeah, something's going on with the tire pressure. I think that's just because I haven't driven it yet. Yeah, we'll see if I can get this camera hooked up somewhere decent. I'll hold off on the music for the video's sake. So this is the coldest I've driven this car, at least here, and transmission is definitely super notchy, and I don't know how to describe it. It's sluggish when going in and out of the gears. Once this thing is warmed up, transmission on this thing feels like it's brand new, and it's not like it feels bad when it's cold. It's just very notchy and not as smooth as when it's warmed up. But I never rump on this thing until it's warm. Yeah, man, notchy. This oil pressure's phenomenal when it's cold, and it's great when it warms up. It's just really high when it's cold. Really happy I went with the stock cam going back in the car, because it's just way funner and easier to drive, and it idles better, and it idles lower. And don't get me wrong, like a cam hop is fun, but it sucks to start, it sucks to idle, it sucks to go from start, and it just gets super bogged down and jerky down low. Whereas this is so much better. And I've been working on that house for a long time. But yeah, I don't give it more than an 1/8 throttle until I see 140 to 150 oil temperature. That's just one thing I've done since I replaced the motor. I can show you guys, I kept the second trip, so I've got, I've got 1997 miles on the engine right now, on this engine, after rebuilding it, and I've just left that on since rebuilding the engine. So you can probably hear it. There's a squeak in the back, and I never heard that when I was living in Texas. And I think it's the colder temperatures. There's some bushing back there that makes a little noise when the car is cold. I mean, it's 34 degrees outside right now, but I never heard that before in Texas, and only when I moved up here and first started driving it in the colder weather, I would hear that. So I don't think it's a problem. I've been through the entire back whenever I did the fuel level sensors, and everything looked fine. But yeah, I love the steering wheel. I love how it looks and feels. It's a little bit lighter than some, which I wouldn't mind if it was a little bit thinner, but it feels really good, and it looks way better than the stock one. It's like cocking a shotgun, shifting this thing. That's not the fun part of the car. The fun part of the car is grounding on twisties.